Fans were left stunned after Johnny Depp's latest public appearance, but it wasn't just his style or charm that had everyone talking. A single, unexpected detail sent social media into a frenzy, sparking debates, rumors, and heated arguments among his closest circle. What really happened behind the scenes? Johnny Depp had just stepped off the private jet, sunglasses shielding eyes that had seen more battles than most could imagine, and fans immediately noticed something different. It wasn't just the tailored jacket or the subtle smirk that made headlines, it was the small detail, the way he held the bottle of Three Hearts rum in his hand, that sparked an avalanche of speculation online. Whispers started circulating. Was this a simple endorsement, a personal project, or a declaration of independence? The tension was palpable, and insiders couldn't keep quiet. One source close to the actor told us, he's never done anything like this before. It's not just about the brand, it's about taking control. The arrival itself was a spectacle. Photographers jockeyed for position, flashes lighting up the runway like a storm. Fans screamed, some crying, some laughing, others just frozen, trying to process what they were seeing. A group of diehard followers yelled, "Johnny, we love you," but just under the cheers was a murmur of doubt. The rum in his hand wasn't just a prop, it was a statement, and people online were quick to dissect every angle. Memes popped up within minutes. One showed a Photoshop of him as a pirate king holding 3 hearts instead of a sword, captioned, "The real captain is back." Another, darker, suggested a kind of rebellion against Hollywood rules, he's not playing their game anymore. Backstage, emotions ran high. His longtime manager, visibly uneasy, whispered to an assistant, "He's walking a fine line. Fans love him, but this is risky." Nearby, a friend tried to calm him, joking, "Johnny, you do realize the internet will explode over that bottle, right?" Johnny just smiled, almost slyly, and replied, "Let them talk. I'm tired of playing small." That one line alone sent social media into a frenzy. Fans debated, was he reclaiming power over his image? Was this the start of a new chapter or a PR stunt designed to shock? Inside the hotel, where he was scheduled for a private dinner with close friends and a few select media outlets, the tension didn't ease. Cameras were banned, but rumors leaked instantly. One attendee described the scene. He walked in, and everyone just paused. You could feel the room holding its breath. He wasn't just walking in as an actor, he was walking in as a force. And that rum, it wasn't just alcohol, it was symbolism. Another guest added, some people loved it immediately, others were visibly uncomfortable. The family was divided, some excited, some worried. It was electric. Conversations turned into heated debates. One friend accused him of being reckless, saying, "Johnny, this could backfire. People might see this as arrogance." He laughed, a low chuckle, replying, "Or they'll see it as freedom. And freedom is priceless." Fans online were dissecting every second of his appearance. Threads exploded with questions. Was the rum launch connected to a larger project? Was there a partnership with his longtime creative collaborators? Some speculated about hidden messages in the label, others about secret hints in the way he posed for photos. Influencers jumped in, claiming to have insider information, which only fueled the frenzy. "He's definitely sending a message," one tweeted. "Look at how he's holding it, like he owns the night, the brand, even Hollywood itself." By midnight, hashtags like hashtag Johnny Depp 3 Hearts and hashtag Captain Johnny were trending worldwide, and even traditional media couldn't ignore it. The line between reality and spectacle blurred completely, but not everyone was thrilled. A close family member expressed frustration in a private text to a friend, later leaked online. He thinks this is about fun, but it's creating chaos. "We just want him safe, not headlines." The tension between personal stakes and public perception created a storm of emotional conflict. Johnny's inner circle was split. Some supported the move as a bold reinvention, others saw it as an unnecessary risk. Arguments flared quietly, whispers turning into confrontations behind closed doors. One heated exchange, overheard by an insider, reportedly went like this: "You're making this about ego, Johnny. It's not just your life, it's ours too." To which he calmly replied, "I've spent decades letting others define me. Now it's my turn." The night continued with small, intimate interviews. Reporters noticed his demeanor, confident, playful, but with a hint of defiance. Questions about the rum were met with answers that were careful yet provocative. "It's a project close to my heart," he said, holding the bottle just slightly higher than necessary. "I wanted something that represents creativity, independence, and a little mischief." The choice of words didn't go unnoticed. Fans dissected mischief like it was a clue to hidden plans. Reactions ranged from excitement to disbelief. Some argued this marked the beginning of a permanent pivot in his career, Others insisted it was a fleeting detour, a momentary thrill designed to stir attention. The divide only added to the drama. Emotions weren't confined to fans and family. Longtime collaborators also weighed in. A producer he had worked with for years shared privately, "He's always been about authenticity, but this is another level. It's bold, brash, and unapologetic. It's classic Johnny, but with stakes higher than ever." Insiders noted that he had personally approved every detail of the branding, the launch visuals, even the angles for photos. The intensity of his involvement was both impressive and nerve-wracking for those around him. The question on everyone's mind was simple: what does he hope to achieve? Fame, freedom, or something more personal? The following morning, social media exploded further. Fan pages posted slow-motion clips of him walking, gifs of the way he tilted the bottle, and reaction videos dissecting his every move. Debates raged on across platforms. Was this a reinvention of his public persona, a bold PR move, or a signal to his peers in the industry? Trolls and supporters clashed, creating threads that spanned thousands of comments. "He's owning it," shouted one fan. "He's lost it," argued another. The emotional spectrum was extreme, mirroring the drama that seemed to follow him everywhere. And as usual, Johnny remained silent on official channels, letting speculation do the work. Even celebrity friends chimed in. One posted a vague story on social media, a cryptic message paired with a bottle emoji, leading fans to connect the dots. Another, more outspoken, joked during a livestream, "Johnny's at it again. I can't tell if he's a genius or a menace." The mix of humor and concern only intensified the buzz. It wasn't just the bottle, it was what it represented: control, defiance, and perhaps a hinted rebellion against industry norms. Insiders whispered about potential conflicts, creative differences, and upcoming projects that might tie into this moment, keeping the drama alive long after the appearance ended. Meanwhile, inside his hotel suite, a small circle of confidants gathered. They debated the public reaction, strategies for managing press, and ways to maximize the impact without alienating core fans. One close friend raised the concern: if this blows up the wrong way, it could overshadow your other work. Johnny, calm and almost teasing, replied, "Then I'll make it part of the story. That's how it's always been." The chaos, the attention, its fuel. The room fell silent for a moment, the weight of his words hanging in the air. Everyone understood that whatever happened next would set the tone for months, perhaps years, to come. Yet the drama wasn't limited to adults. Fans from across generations shared their interpretations online. Teenagers created fan art depicting him as a pirate king holding the realm like a scepter. Longtime admirers wrote essays analyzing his symbolic gestures. Even critics admitted that this move had a certain theatrical genius. It was polarizing, provocative, and impossible to ignore. The emotional stakes were sky-high, and every post, every meme, every comment seemed to amplify the tension. It wasn't just publicity, it was a cultural moment, one that forced everyone to take sides. And then came the unexpected twist. A rival brand, noticing the surge of attention, attempted to release a statement, hinting at competition or critique. Fans erupted, defending Johnny passionately. Online arguments flared, but the actor remained unbothered. One insider described the scene: "He knew this would happen. He expected the chaos, and somehow it works in his favor. The energy, the conflict, it's all part of the story." It was a calculated risk, and the outcome was unpredictable. Could he maintain this momentum without backlash? Only time would tell. As the first 24 hours passed, the ripple effects reached further than anyone anticipated. Interviews, podcasts, and talk shows dissected every gesture, word, and glance. Fan pages debated the meaning behind each action. Even his family's public reactions became part of the discussion. Some praised his boldness, others worried about the emotional toll. Heated arguments emerged online and off, and insiders admitted the atmosphere was tense but electric. It wasn't just an appearance, it was a declaration, a challenge, and a statement all at once. And amidst all this chaos, Johnny stayed enigmatic, letting the world speculate while quietly steering the narrative himself. As the days unfolded, the storm around Johnny Depp and Three Hearts realm only intensified. The online buzz didn't settle, it mutated, grew, and sparked new debates. Fans were dissecting every second of video footage, analyzing the tilt of his head, the way he sipped the drink, the subtle smirk that seemed to say, "I'm in control." Even casual observers couldn't ignore the drama. One fan wrote, "It's like he's rewriting the rules of celebrity, one bottle at a time." The statement spread like wildfire, and soon, everyone seemed to be taking sides. Inside Hollywood circles, emotions ran hotter than ever. Insiders reported arguments behind closed doors, some heated, some whispered, but all fueled by one question: What does this move mean for Johnny's future? A longtime collaborator admitted he's always walked the line between genius and madness, but this is next level. It's audacious, unpredictable, and totally him. Others, more cautious, worried about the potential fallout. If he missteps, it could overshadow years of work, said one agent, nervously glancing at a screen flooded with trending hashtags. The tension between admiration and concern created a charged atmosphere, one that could explode at any moment. The media frenzy wasn't limited to social platforms. Major entertainment outlets scrambled to get interviews, commentary, and exclusive insights. Talk shows featured segments dissecting his appearance, speculating on the meaning behind the rum, and debating whether this was a PR masterstroke or a reckless gamble. One host exclaimed, "Fans are shocked, the family is divided, and Hollywood doesn't know what hit them." Clips of his subtle gestures circulated endlessly, with every nuance interpreted as a symbol of independence, rebellion, or reinvention. The narrative was electric, and the drama was only escalating. Inside Johnny's inner circle, opinions were polarized. Some praised him for taking control of his image and career, seeing the move as a bold act of artistic freedom. Others, particularly family members, worried about emotional repercussions in public perception. One close friend reportedly said, "He's brave, yes, but the stakes are enormous. This could ignite conflicts we haven't even imagined yet." Another whispered, "He's playing with fire, and part of me is terrified." Arguments flared quietly in hallways, over phone calls, and in private chats, but no one dared confront him directly. His confidence was unshakable, and that only amplified the tension. The ripple effects reached far beyond Hollywood. Fans worldwide recreated his pose with 3 Hearts rum, sharing photos, videos, and memes. Some even crafted short films imagining alternative realities where Johnny Depp wielded the bottle like a magic scepter, controlling his destiny and defying industry norms. The emotional stakes were sky-high. The fandom was divided, some celebrated, some criticized, but no one could ignore the impact. The drama became multi-layered, personal, professional, and public all at once, intertwining in ways that left everyone on edge. Unexpectedly, a minor controversy erupted. A journalist claimed to have a source suggesting that Johnny's move was intended to send a message to old rivals. The internet exploded, fans defended him passionately, and discussions turned heated. One user wrote, "He's not just launching a drink, he's reclaiming his narrative." Another countered, "It's reckless and arrogant. He's tempting fate." The arguments spread across multiple platforms, each new post adding fuel to the fire. It was chaos, organized chaos, and Johnny's name was at the center of it all. Private moments revealed more layers of emotional conflict. Friends recounted a dinner where Johnny laughed and joked, but his eyes betrayed a kind of intensity that made the room tense. One person said, "He was charming, but you could feel the electricity. It wasn't just fun, it was strategic. He was thinking 5 steps ahead, and everyone else was just trying to keep up." Another added, "He made everyone feel both included and challenged at the same time. It was a masterclass in control and suspense." These behind-the-scenes glimpses added to the mystique, making fans feel both excited and unsettled. The family dynamic added another layer of drama. Some members openly supported the move, praising him for reclaiming his independence. Others expressed concern over potential backlash. Private conversations leaked online, showing passionate debates and emotional pleas. One relative reportedly said, "Johnny, this is too much. Think about the consequences." He responded, calmly but firmly, "I've spent decades letting others define me. Now, it's my turn." The statement resonated widely, and fans interpreted it as a declaration of artistic sovereignty. Emotions ran high, with admiration, fear, and intrigue all coexisting in the same space. As more interviews surfaced, the dialogue became even more compelling. Reporters noted his deliberate wording, the careful yet provocative phrasing that hinted at rebellion without revealing too much. He spoke of creativity, independence, and mischief, words that fans analyzed endlessly. Influencers shared clips with commentary, creating debates over the intention and potential impact of the launch. One analyst commented, "He's walking a fine line between genius and controversy. Every move is calculated, every gesture symbolic." It was storytelling at its most dramatic, and everyone watching felt like they were part of an unfolding legend. Then came a dramatic twist. A former collaborator posted a cryptic message on social media, hinting at hidden tensions or unresolved conflicts. Fans immediately speculated about betrayals, secret feuds, and untold stories behind the scenes. Threads exploded, with people analyzing body language, tone, and timing. The drama deepened as insiders hinted at emotional stakes far beyond the public eye. One described it as an emotional chess game, with Johnny 3 moves ahead of everyone else. The tension became addictive, drawing fans into a web of speculation, emotion, and anticipation. Unexpected encounters at public appearances added even more drama. Paparazzi captured moments of brief but intense exchanges with fellow celebrities. A subtle nod, a quick glance, a whispered word, each interpreted as a coded message. Fans speculated endlessly, crafting theories about hidden alliances, rivalries, and secret projects. One popular thread suggested he was signaling a major upcoming announcement related to Three Hearts Rum. Others argued it was a personal statement independent of business or media. The ambiguity fueled speculation, keeping the audience riveted. Meanwhile, online communities erupted with debates over morality, strategy, and symbolism. Some fans hailed Johnny as a visionary, applauding his courage to defy expectations. Others condemned him as reckless, risking reputation and relationships for drama. Discussions spilled into forums, comment sections, and live streams, creating an ecosystem of engagement that seemed unstoppable. One fan wrote, "Emotions ran high, the family is divided, and the world is watching. This is pure legend." Another replied, "He's either a genius or a fool. Either way, it's unforgettable." Even lifestyle commentators joined the fray, analyzing wardrobe choices, body language, and the subtle positioning of the bottle. One noted, "Everything he does sends a signal. The tilt of the bottle, the way he smiles, it's all part of a narrative that only he controls." The analysis became almost scholarly, with articles and videos breaking down minute details into theories about personal growth, rebellion, and artistic freedom. The emotional stakes remained sky-high as fans, insiders, and media personalities all tried to interpret the unfolding drama. Private discussions continued behind closed doors. Friends and family debated whether this move would redefine his career or create lasting controversy. One friend said, "It's thrilling but dangerous. He's challenging expectations, and that can cut both ways." Another insisted, "He's reinventing himself. It's bold, it's brilliant, it's exactly what he needs." The conflict between caution and admiration fueled further intrigue, making every statement and gesture headline-worthy. The tension was palpable, and every observer felt it, whether in the hotel room, on social media, or across international media outlets. As part 2 of this story unfolded, it became clear that Johnny Depp's move with Three Hearts Rum wasn't just a launch, it was a cultural phenomenon. The drama, the debates, the speculation, the emotional stakes, they all converged into a story that captivated millions. The internet buzzed, fans argued, insiders whispered, and Hollywood watched with bated breath. Every gesture, every word, every glance carried weight, and the world was waiting for the next chapter. The twists kept coming. A viral clip showed a brief confrontation at a public event, interpreted by some as a subtle feud. Fans debated the meaning for hours, turning every second of footage into fodder for speculation. Another unexpected endorsement or critique appeared online, reigniting debates about loyalty, strategy, and personal stakes. Each new development layered drama upon drama, creating a narrative that felt both personal and epic. Emotions ran high, alliances shifted, and the tension never let up. Through it all, Johnny remained enigmatic. His demeanor, confident yet playful, allowed the audience to project their interpretations onto him. Some saw defiance, others liberation, still others a calculated strategy. The emotional spectrum was immense, spanning joy, excitement, anxiety, and intrigue. Insiders admitted that the intensity of the response surprised even them. One said, "We knew he'd make waves, but this is tidal." The spectacle was complete, a fusion of celebrity, emotion, and narrative that kept everyone engaged and talking. And as the world watched, the story continued to evolve. Every interview, every social media post, every public appearance added new layers of complexity. The drama wasn't just about a bottle of rum, it was about control, reinvention, and personal freedom. It was about relationships tested, alliances questioned, and fans drawn into a narrative that felt larger than life. The tension remained, unresolved, thrilling, and utterly compelling, leaving the audience desperate for what would happen next. And that's the story behind Johnny Depp's bold move with Three Hearts Rum, a decision that's shaking up his world, testing relationships, and redefining what it means to take control. Fans are divided, insiders are buzzing, and the next chapter is anyone's guess. What do you think? Will this move mark a permanent reinvention, or is it just a thrilling detour in Johnny's journey? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button if you're as shocked as we are, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest insider updates. You won't want to miss what happens next.